Taking it in front of everybody. In front of everybody. Everybody thinks a theft occurs inside the night. Mine was on a Tuesday in the middle of the light. Walked into the building where they said I'd never be. Took the whole position and they watched me take it free. Nothing was illegal and I didn't break a thing. Only did the work that nobody was doing. Turns out that the vault was never actually locked. Everybody standing there completely shocked. Nobody expected me to try. Permission or a nod, standing at a counter that has nobody behind. Everything you're wanting has a very open gate. Everybody's certain it is guarded and it's late. This is not a sermon about hustle and the grind. Plenty of the doors are actually locked and unkind. Only that a few of them are open and unwatched. Somebody should take them and the taking is not bought. Looking in my face. That's the definition of a place. Nobody's weather falling on the grass. Everything impersonal and everything will pass. I don't need the meaning and I don't need the sign. Something that continue without being soft, low and rolling with the cloud. Everything is quiet and I'm bowed. Went back to the city and the meaning came right back. Every single message was a personal attack. Hit the field in a pocket where the noise cannot arrive. Take it out on Wednesdays just to feel that I'm alive. If you are exhausted from a life of being read, find a field of weather that has never heard your head. Nothing out there wants you and it will not ask a thing. Absolutely nothing is a very good offering. Whether that is nobody's clearing to a gray. outside that learned the fork. Nobody in my family had a napkin or a rule. Learned it from a movie and I practiced it at school. Now I move through rooms like I was born inside a suit. Every single gesture is a beautiful recruit. Underneath the tailoring there's something that can run, something that remembers what a hungry morning done. Keep it in a pocket where the manners cannot look. Half of me is finishing and half of me is done. Watch the way I hold the glass and stand. Nothing about this is secondhand. Feral elegance, polished and awake. Everything refined about me is the thing I had to make. Don't have a lineage and I don't have a crest. Only had a hunger and a very quick test. No long land padding through the heart. Everything is graceful and it's woman at the gala asked me where I summered as a child. Told about summers and I told them very mild. Never said the truth and never said a lie. Learned that from the same place that I learned to tie. Someday I might tell it at a table with the right somebody who'd hear it as a story, not a slight. Until then it's mine and it's the fuel beneath the wear. Everything you see was purchased with the scare. Elegance gone. Pharaoh moving through the light. Everybody comfortable and nobody is right. Let the room assume that I was always in the frame. Truth is I invented every letter of this name. Something raised outside is at the table. At the table. At the table. Everybody's talking, and nobody has paid it. Room full of people with a comment and a take. Everybody's heard about somebody's mistake. Ask them what they risked and the answer is a cough. Cheapest kind of expert is the one who's always off. Man who built the thing has a tremor in his hand. Everything he says is a thing that he has scanned. Doesn't have a tick, he has a scar and a receipt. Listen to the person who has actually been beat. Put a thing you love upon the line, then your opinion counts as mine. Skin in the game, bleeding on the floor. Everything I'm saying I have purchased at the door. I don't want the commentary, I want the bird. Somebody who lost a thing and had to learn. Hit the low and landing on the truth. Hit the low and landing on the truth. Where's the proof? Been the guy commenting and I know exactly how. Safe up in the balcony and glorious right now. Then I went and did it and I found out what it cost. Never been the same about the people that I cross. This is not about a way to have a point of view. Everybody's welcome to a thought that isn't true. Only that the weight of it should follow what you spend. Loudest in the room is usually the one who wins. Game with the skin and playing for the real. Everything I'm risking is the reason that I feel. Let the balcony keep talking and be certain and be fine. I'll be Numbers arrive when the lights go out. Final day and functional and pleasant on the phone. Then the room gets dark and I am suddenly alone. Everything I handle starts arriving in a row. Every calculation that the daylight didn't know. How much time remaining and how much have I used? Every version of my life that I have gone and refused. Nobody does this math at any other hour. Nighttime is the only place it has this power. Count it out and watch the total climb. Nothing here is solvable in time. Midnight arithmetic running in the dark. Everything I'm adding is an unforgiving mark. I don't want the answer, I want the calculator off. Somebody to take it and to hold me till I'm soft. So what the lyric counting like a clock. Everything I open cannot lie. Morning comes eventually and takes the math away. Cannot even find the panic by 11 in the day. Same equation waiting on the other side of 9. Same and unimportant in the light. If you do this also, then I want you to be told nothing that you calculate at 3 is ever whole. Brain is not a friend at an hour with no sun. Everything it hands you is a fabricated wall. Arithmetic of midnight, quiet in the day. Everything you told me was a thing you made of clay. Let the numbers come, I'll let them run their course. Morning is the only reliable source. Numbers leaving when the light returns. One place where the performance yeah. Everywhere I go, there is a version at present. Office has a model and the family has a band. Even with my friends, there is a slightly better me. Every room requires a small dishonesty. Then there's her apartment with the terrible settee, where I have been awful and done but a fool and free. Cry there about something that I still cannot explain. Never once been treated like a burden or a stain. Wonder where I do not have to be. Anything at all except for me. The last honest room, small and full of light. Everything I hide from is the thing I say tonight. So don't need a therapist, I need a bad settee. Somebody who's already decided about me. Warm bungalow and resting in the space. Everything I am is in this place. Everybody needs it and a lot of us have have none. Walking through a life with the performance never done. If you have a person, then go call them up today. Nothing on this planet is as right in any way. Not romantic, sometimes it's a brother or a friend. Someone from a job that had a fairly early end. Anybody who has seen the actual design. Anybody who has looked and hasn't drawn a line. I am honest, holding what I've got. Everything performed elsewhere, dissolving on the spot. Let the world require 100 versions of my face. I have one address where I've got a place. One place, and the performance ends. One place, one place, yeah, yeah, Smiley Heather, everybody loves a person with an easy face. Learned it at a job where the easy was the case. Now it's automatic and it opens every door. Sometimes I forget what I was smiling for. Man in the interview was charmed inside a minute. Never asked a question that had anything within it. Walked out with the offer and a feeling in the gut. Something about winning with the rapper and the cut. Bright enough to keep them from the eyes. Oh, that's the only place I'd be surprised. Bright teeth gleaming in the room. Everybody pass Baren inside a pretty tune. I don't hate the gift and I would never give it back. Only that it's armor and it's also an attack. Flashes the low and grinning with the beat. Everything is friendly on the street. Friend of mine has none of it and everybody knows. Everything she says arrives exactly as it goes. Cause her after rooms that I have walked directly through. Also she has people who have known the actual you. Wonder what I'd be without the automatic face. Somebody less pleasant in a considerably worse place. Also maybe somebody a person could arrive at. Trading is a habit and I'm very good at that. See that they're bright is closing on a night. Everybody charmed and there is nobody inside. Hey! Let the room stay easy and the door stay very wide. Someday I'll stop grinning and let somebody inside. Hey! Smile that arrives and then a sentence. Red letter, red letters humming at the exit. Room with the number and a Bible in the drawer. Somebody was crying here on Tuesday or before. Everything is clean and none of it is new. Everything is temporary, which is why it's true. Bought a coffee from a lobby that I've seen a lot. Woman at the counter didn't ask me what I got. Handed me a key and said the exit's down the hall. Kind of thing I've had from baseline idling outside. Everything is temporary. Why? Trucker in the parking lot was talking to his wife. 900 miles of a very careful life. Heard him say I love you in a voice without a show. That's the only sermon that a person needs to know. Half of us are running and the other half are lost. Every one of us has an unadvertised cost. Nothing about motels ever fixed a single thing. They just hold you gently while you're not belonging. Sign of the vacancy going out at dawn. Everybody's scattered and the parking lot is gone. Let the room forget me as it forgets them all. I'll remember ice machines and green upon the wall. Red letters dying as I drive. To smell. That should not be together. Yeah, father in the driveway with his hands inside a truck. Mother in the garden with a pair of gloves and luck. Both of them relentless in a very different key. Half of me is one of them and half is three. Learned the sound of engines and the names of every stem. Never had a language that could translate one to them. Sat between the garage and a row of yellow beds, building a religion out of what they never said. Grease under the nail and pedal in the hair. Nobody could tell me how to wait. Diesel and roses riding in my blood. Everything mechanical and everything in bud. I don't have to pick and I have finally learned. Both of them are hands and both of them have burned. Rumble the low and blooming in the yard. Everything is soft and everything is hard. Took the truck apart at 19 on my own. Planted the whole border by the time that I had grown. Nobody at school could describe me in a word. Best thing about me is the thing they never heard. Everybody's parents leave a contradiction in. Half of us spend decades trying not to let it win. Turns out it's the engine and the flower and the fight. Contradiction is a person who is right. Roses in the diesel, thriving in the fume. Everything conflicting in a very crowded room. Let them try to sort me into one or into two. I'm the whole equation and it grew. Two smells and I finally like them. Somebody lived years ago. Nobody remembers what they said inside the hole. 19 None are rising it. Boxes in the rafters full of half of what I meant. Every one of them a month and everyone a rent. Nobody sees them and I climb up twice a year. Sit among the almost and I hold them and I steer. Novel with a chapter and a business with a name. Language that I study to a very partial fame. Everybody's attic has the same kind of stack. Nobody discusses the unfinished at the back. Pull a cord and see if it turns over. Nothing here has ever left the cover. Attic full of vengeance, silent in the beams. Everything I started is a catalog of dreams. I don't call it failure and I don't call it waste. Every single one of them has changed the way I taste. Cough the low and trying for a start. Something in the trying is the art. Took one down in April and I finished it in June. Nothing about it was remotely opportune. Nobody has read it and it doesn't have a use. Best 6 weeks I spent and it was absolutely loose. If your attic's heavy and you feel it as a debt, please consider maybe that it's evidence instead. Everybody quitting has at least attempted once. Rarest thing on earth is somebody who runs. Engines in the attic, one of them alive. Everything abandoned is a reason I survive. Let the boxes sit there getting dusty in the beam. I'll be down on Sunday for another stupid dream. Everything I started, one of them runs. Everything I started, one of them runs. Waiting on a signature that isn't coming. Spent a decade asking if the thing would be okay. Everybody friendly and they never really say. Nobody's a parent and there isn't any test. Nobody's approving and it's not a formal test. Made a list of people who would have to give the nod. Read it in the morning and it looked completely odd. Half of them are strangers and the rest of them are gone. One of them's a version of myself at 21. Sign it in the mirror, hold the pen. Nobody is coming, not again. Permission slip, blanket in my hand. Everything I waited for was mine to understand. I don't need the office and I don't need the stamp. Only need a step and light them. Soft the wind opening the door. Nothing standing there and nothing Told a friend about it and she started to cry. Said she had a drawer of them and never asked me why. Both of us are waiting on a person who's not there. Two adults discovering there's nobody to care. Frightening at first and it's a bigger kind of load. Nobody to blame if you go badly down the road. Also it's the whole of what a person gets to be. Terrifying, ordinary, absolutely free. Slip with the permission, folded in my coat. Everything I wanted was a sentence that I wrote. Let the office close and let the desk collect its dust. I'm the only Nobody makes art from a comfortable seat. Half the greatest things were made against a rent receipt. Not romantic, I have lived it and it's mean. Only saying pressure is a very sharp machine. Wrote the thing that changed it in a week, I couldn't pay. Nothing about noble and it wasn't anyway. Panic was the engine and the deadline was the wall. Never worked that fast again at all. Envelope on Monday and it's thin. That's a kind of prophecy with it. Rent money prophecy telling me the date. Everything creative was a synonym for late. I don't recommend it and I wouldn't wish the fear. Only that it taught me what I actually hold dear. Knock the low end, counting at the door. Everything I owe is what it's for. Now I have a cushion and the panic went away. Also went the thing that made me finish in a day. Trying to remember how to hurry without dread. Making up a deadline in my head. This is not a case for keeping artists in the cold. Everybody's better when their rent has been controlled. Only that the urgency is something you can keep, even when the owl is thick and you're asleep. Prophecy of rent money, quiet in my drawer. Everything I made from it is standing on my floor. Let the cushion hold me and I'll build a private clock. Something that will hurry me without the knock. Numbers on the fridge and they are paid. Everybody dances on a surface that is nice. Underneath the surface there's a colder kind of ice. Nobody goes down there and it doesn't have a door. Every building has it and it's what the building's for. Found mine at a party when the music went to hum. Sat up on a staircase where the noise could not become. Something in the quiet had a texture and a weight. Better than the party and I did not get up late. Under all the pleasure there's a floor. That's the part I actually came for. Subfloor, holding up the night. Everything above it is a temporary light. I don't hate the party, I just live below. Somewhere with the pipes and with the slow. But the low end coming through the doors. Everything up there is only noise. Guy who runs the venue took me down there for a smoke. Showed me all the caballing and every single joke. 20 years of music and he's never seen a set. Loves it from the basement and he hasn't regretted yet. Ever seen us people who have never been on stage, holding up the whole of it at very modest wage. Nothing about glory and there's nothing on the wall. Absolutely necessary, absolutely all. Floor beneath the subfloor, deeper than the beat. Everything supporting is a thing you never meet. Let the room above me have its color and a cheer. I'll be with the pipes and I'll be perfectly here. becomes a gift. Hate that as a sentence and I hate the way it lives. Still there is a thing that I have noticed in the scar. Something in the tissue that is brighter than the char. Didn't ask for lessons and I didn't need the death. Would have traded all of it for one more ordinary breath. Nobody consoled me and here it is. Regardless, beautiful and stupid and completely without hardness. Look inside the place that would not close. Something in there glitters and it grows. Glitter in the wound, catching in the light. Everything that ruined me is part of what is bright. I don't call it worth it and I never will agree. Only that the shining is undeniably me. Ache the low and shimmering with pain. Everything that hurt me is a woman at a table who had been through something worse recognized me instantly across a crowded verse. Neither of us said it and we didn't have to speak. Everybody wounded knows the others by the street. This is not convention for a person to be cruel. Nothing about damage is ever kill 'em or school. Only that the damage make a light that isn't taught. Terrible economy of everything we bought. Wine full of glitter, ordinary now. Everything that broke me is a thing I can't allow. Let them say it made me and I'll say that isn't true. It was there already in the break and let it through. Something pretty and the cut is closed. Something pretty and the cut is Something prettier. Something prettier. Every glass here leaves a ring. Town where the water has a mineral in it. Everybody's cattle has a crust upon the rim. Everybody's stubborn and it isn't a surprise. Something in the drinking gets into the eyes. Left at 22 for a softer kind of tap. Everything went smoother and I liked it for a laugh. Then I noticed nothing ever left a single mark. Everybody polished and completely in the dark. Something in the hardness makes a trace. That's the only proof you were a hard water scaling up the pipe. Everything I came from is a stubborn kind of type. I don't want the softness and I don't want the shine. Give me something mineral and difficult in line. Grit, the low end scraping at the wall. Everything that lasts here leaves a sprawl. Went back for a funeral and drank it from the sink. Tasted like 11 and I couldn't even think. Everybody there was as difficult as stone. Never felt so absolutely no. Not romantic, but it will ruin every drain. Cost you all your appliances and half of your terrain. Only that the softness has a cost that isn't shown. Nothing there to argue with and nothing to be grown. Water at its hardest, ringing them are certain and the rest of them are guess. Called up for the evening and I didn't have a why. Every one of them was glad and one of them did cry. Doing this will scare you and it should, that's how it works. Everything inflated in your head immediately irks. What is left is little and it's absolutely yours. Building from an honest count is how a person soars. Inventory finished, folded in the drawer. Everything I counted is a thing I'm grateful for. Let the forecast promise me 100 kinds of more. I'm the guy with 4, and I have never been so sure. Counting every single counting everything, and it's leaving takes 11 years sometimes. Movies make you think it is a suitcase and a door. Mine was a decision that I made 1,000 more. Every single morning I would leave a little bit. Nobody could see it and it barely was a shift. Sold a thing in April and I told no one at all. Made a different friendship in a very different hole. Learned a stupid skill that had no purpose in the plan. Everyone a footstep from the version of the man. Nobody escapes inside a night. Freedom is a very slow flight. Slow motion getaway. No commotion getaway. Moving like a tide. Everything I'm leaving is a thing I let subside. I don't need the drama, man. I don't need the scene. Only need the distance to be genuinely between. Ease the low and drifting off the shore. Everything I was is less than more. People who were with me didn't notice I had gone. Kept on with the surface and it carried me along. Then a Thursday came and there was nothing left to hold. Walked out of a life that I had already sold. This is how it happens for the majority of us. Nobody kicks the table and there isn't any fuss. Just a lot of Tuesdays where you chose a different thing. Then one day you notice you can sing. Get away in slow motion. shape. Loving them enough to leave is also an escape. Crown on the table, sitting in the sun. Everything they gave me is the thing that I have done. Let the next one wear it and be glad about the fit. I'm going out to find a thing that's actually something heavy and I set it down. Cables cables running under all the flowers. I've set it up. Yeah, I've set it up. We were in a lot where a building came apart. Everybody brought a thing, and nobody had a chart. Somebody had power from a very generous pull. Somebody had seedlings and a fairly stupid goal. Now there's lights and tomatoes and a speaker on a crate. Every Friday evening and it goes extremely late. Nobody's in charge, there is nothing that is owned. Best place in the city and it never has been zoned. Current in the soil and in the crowd. Everything is growing and it's loud. Voltage garden, humming after dark. Everything electric and everything a spark. I don't need a permit and I don't need a deed. All I need the people and a fairly stubborn seed. Oh, buzz the low and running through the road. Everything alive begins to glow. City sent a person with a clipboard and a rule. Walked around an hour and she didn't look a fool. Wrote down almost nothing and she took a bag of green. Came back with her daughter and she hasn't left the scene. Everything official starts with somebody who cared. Every single system was a lot that someone shared. Nothing about permits ever grew a single leaf. Permission comes showing up, that's a belief. Garden full of voltage, blazing through the night. Everybody's dirty and there's nobody polite. Let the city zone in, we'll fill the paperwork. I'll be with the tomatoes and the wonderfully berserk. Oh, cables and the flowers going quiet. Get on. Tell blue dot, we are here on this. Carl Sagan said, "A look at that's my point of light in the dark, and understand that every human who had ever left a mark on history lived and died within that single pixel's frame. Every hero, every tyrant, call that tiny dot the same home. Every love affair and every declared war, every act of extraordinary and every deadly chore happened on the pale blue dot. That's the context that I carry when the daily seems complex. The pale blue dot perspective is a nihilism's friend. It's the opposite, the smallness makes the meaning not transcend, but concentrate if everything that matters to us lives inside the single point of light and everything it gives. In terms of significance, it's radical and local. The pale blue dot says what you do here is the most vocal statement in the universe, because it's the only one that lands on actual hearts, on actual everyone. The universe is 13.8 billion years of dark, and we got this specific window. Use it, leave your mark. Not for the cosmos, it's indifferent, but for the ones who share this pale blue dot right now beneath these suns. Pale blue dot, and here we are in the middle of a brief window of a lifetime that is shorter than a leaf on the cosmic calendar. And still this moment matters, the way the morning light on water breaks and scatters. Means to the person standing at the shore. Pale blue dot is where the meaning lives, not more and not less. The Took the pale blue dot perspective to a conflict once. Watched the whole thing lose its heat inside the months of holding the image, the tiny point of light where both of us existed. That was the right medicine for the magnitude I'd given to the fight between two people on a dot that's barely visible from light years away. The pale blue dot reduced the grudge to something appropriately small that's not a fudge. Every emperor who built his world to last forever. Every dynasty convinced the cosmos was the tether toward immortality. The pale blue dot says no. The cosmos didn't notice when the greatest empires go, and that's the most liberating thing that I have ever heard, because it means the stakes are human. Every human word, every human kindness is the point of all of this. Pale blue dot, and nothing's worth the miss of the actual life. Standing on the pale blue dot with everything I am, trying to make the specific corner that I can more honest and more beautiful and more connected to the other. Pale blue dot inhabitants I'm giving to love and know before the window closes. That's the task that the pale blue dot perspective makes the only thing to ask of any single life. Be present on the dot and make it worth the brief window that you got. We're here on this right now. That's everything. Close the book on who I used to be. That version served a purpose, set me free to become the one I needed all along, the one who turned the story into song. New chapter, different setting, different cast. Some of the old characters couldn't last into the new narrative, and that's okay. Not every character is meant to stay. Grief is part of every new beginning. Not just loss, it's also wisdom winning over the version of the story you'd have told if the chapter you were holding hadn't closed. Something about the turning of the page requires a morning, requires a stage, a process in what was before the new. New chapter honors both the old and new. Turn the page, new chapter, here we go. Turn the page, there's things I need to know that only come from what I haven't lived. Turn the page, so much left to get. New chapter, turn the page today. Everything about the season says it's time. The energy is shifted, clear. New chapter, new beginning, new frontier. What was written before still matters, yes, but the next chapter calls. I must confess to being ready, fully ready for what's new. New chapter written by me, written for you. Turn it, new chapter. Turn it, ever after. Turn it, new chapter. Better than before, coming faster. Something in the air feels different now. Season change the landscape somehow. Colors look a little more alive. New chapter, choosing how to thrive. Not just survive the story, but to write the version where the protagonist gets it right. Not perfectly, but honestly and true. New chapter, that's a gift I give to you. If you're standing at the end of something, looking at the blank page ahead, know that blank isn't empty, it's invitation. It's the widest space where futures will spread. Fill it with intention, fill it with the best version of the vision that you hold. Every chapter builds on all the rest, and the next one is the greatest story told. New chapter, turn the page today. Everything about the season says it's time. The energy is shifted, Used to apologize for taking space. Used to shrink myself to fit the place. They offered me just grateful for the room. Didn't realize I was in my own cocoon that I built to keep the world at bay. Keeping my own voice from having to say in the direction, in the narrative told. Time to speak up, time to be bold. There's a difference between the loud for attention and the loud of someone finally mentioned. Their truth, their perspective, they're real for the very first time. No longer concealed behind the pleasantness that calls you. The version of yourself that's actually true. Loud and clear, not aggressive, just honest. Loud and clear, I'm standing by this promise. Loud and clear, I've got something to say. Clear, starting today. No more whispering to be heard. Loud and clear, every single word. Loud and clear, no more whispering now. Everything I've been afraid to say somehow wants to come out, wants to be heard. Loud and clear, every single word speaks the truth that I've been holding back. Loud and clear, staying on track with who I actually am, not who they need. Loud and clear, I'm finally free. Speak up, loud and clear. Speak up, I am here. Speak up, loud and clear. No more whispering, I'm here. Advocating for yourself isn't rude. It's the most basic form of gratitude to your own worth, to your own voice. Loud and clear is always a choice that benefits the world, not just yourself. Your perspective's been collecting dust on a shelf, reserved for private moments, private rooms. Loud and clear, it's time to leave those tunes. I was quiet for so long, I thought the quiet was the song. But then I heard my voice out loud and realized I belong in the crowd. Not just as an audience member, but as the voice they will remember. Loud and clear, from now on, every day. Loud and clear, no more whispering now. Everything I've been afraid to say somehow wants to come out, wants to be heard. Loud and clear, every single word speaks the truth that I've been holding back. Loud and clear, staying on track with who I actually am, not who they need. Loud and clear, I'm finally freed. Loud and clear, loud and clear. Came for me with everything you had. Try to use the good against the bad. Use my history, use my openness. Thought vulnerability meant recklessness, but what you found was something you didn't expect. A heart that's been through fire pays respects to nobody that comes in with bad intent. My bulletproof heart was built through every dent. Cried my last cry over someone else's choice. Used my last breath, gave it my last voice. And when I came back from that empty place, found a version of myself with more grace, with more discernment, more capacity for who I am, and my audacity to stand here whole, to stand here healed. Bulletproof heart, that's what was revealed. Bulletproof, couldn't break it if you tried. Bulletproof, every battle made me wide open to the good. often bleak, but the most resilient material on earth is flexible. That's where it gets its worth. Still bends, that's what makes it strong. Rigid things break, I learned this long ago when I was something I couldn't sustain. Bulletproof means I flow through the pain. I've been hurt in ways I haven't shared by people I believe to never care. What was bulletproof heart? I'm unbreakable. Every lesson learned made me capable of standing in the fire and not flinching. Bulletproof heart, never inching back from who I am. I don't retreat. Bulletproof heart makes me complete. Not because nothing hurts, it does. Bulletproof heart means I still love. Everything I touch turns gold today. Hit the ground running and I'm not gonna say a word about tomorrow, only now. Head first in the feeling, show me how. This is what it's like when everything clicks. No hesitation, no political tricks. Pure unfiltered, living in the now. Dopamine is going through the roof, wow. Everything is moving so fast and bright. Colors feel more saturated tonight. Music is different on a night like this. Every note a dopamine hit, bliss. Neurochemistry is not a dirty word. It's the science of the thing that just occurred. When I heard that drop and my chest exploded. That's just physics, nothing more decoded. Dopamine rush, I'm alive. Dopamine rush, I arrive at the intersection of the beat in my heart. Dopamine rush, let it start. Dopamine rush, feel alive tonight. Every single synapse lighting up bright. Brain on fire, heart on fire, soul on fire too. Dopamine rush, I feel brand new. Feel alive, feel alive, feel alive right now. Dopamine is hitting different somehow. Everything is amplified and clear. Dopamine rush, I'm finally here. Alive, alive, alive. Feel it, alive, alive, alive. Real deal, real deal. Can we make this moment last forever, please? Caught between the music and the breeze of something feeling exactly right. Peak experience on a regular night. That's the gift, the ordinary becomes extraordinary when the bass drums hit the frequency that matches yours, and suddenly you're running through open doors. I know that this feeling passes. I know the morning brings it back to zero, but right now in the second, I'm a hero. In the second, I'm alive. In the second, I arrive at the version of myself I always knew was hiding in a beat and me and you. Dopamine rush, feel alive tonight. Every single synapse lighting up bright. Brain on fire, heart on fire, soul on fire too. Dopamine rush, I feel brand new. Feel alive, feel alive, feel alive right now. Dopamine is hitting different somehow. Everything is amplified and clear. Dopamine rush, I'm finally here. Alive, 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 alive. Yeah, yeah. Alarm goes up before the sun comes up. Everybody's sleeping while I'm filling up my cup with ambitions hang on overflow. They wonder why I'm moving kinda slow. Slow and steady wins the race, they say, but I've been People talk about it, I be doing it. Blueprints on the table, constantly reviewing it. No shortcuts, no side doors, no easy pass. Doing what I gotta do to make it last. Every rep I push is building something more. Every chapter closing, opening the door. Sacrifice my comfort for a greater gain. You can miss me with the comfort in the mundane. I don't rest, I don't quit. Every moment, every hit, building something from the ground. Won't stop till I'm found. Savage habit, unbreakable routine. Hardest working version of me you've seen. Day after day, same precision, same drive. Savage habits keeping me alive. Unbreakable, you can't shake what I build. No days of shame, no days of guilt. Just the work, just the sweat, just the proof. Savage habits, that's the truth. Work, eat, sleep, repeat. Work, eat, sleep, repeat. Savage habits can't be beat. Work, eat, sleep, repeat. They ask me how I got this way. I tell them one decision every day. Stacked on top of yesterday's decision, until the whole stack reached a different dimension. Compound habits, that's the real interest. 1% better, that's the realest test. Tiny daily wins become a legacy. Savage habits building up the best of me. I don't need a reason, I need a ritual. I don't need the mission, I need the physical. Act of doing what I said I do. When I'm tired, when I'm sick, when I'm not feeling new. Nobody claps for the 4 a.m. alarm. Nobody claps for the cold and the calm. But the results speak loud. I don't need applause, I need the crowd to witness what consistent building brings. Savage habits. Savage habits. Savage habits, 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 habits. To know, still to pay, still figuring. Savage habits, unbreakable routine. Hardest working version of me you've seen. Day after day, same precision, same drive. Savage habits keeping me alive. Unbreakable, you can't shake what I build. No days of shame, no days of guilt. Just the work, just the sweat, just the proof. Savage habits, that's the truth. Savage habits. Savage habits. Savage habits, that's the truth. Tomorrow is built today. See you at 5 a.m.